Do video games cause violence?
By Drew Kilgore and Dillon McDonough. Video games are an enjoyable pastime for teenagers in the 21st century who are bored and have nothing to do, and for those who want to have fun without moving an inch after a long day of school. Just as teenagers have many different interests, there are many different types of video games. One of these many video game types are action and adventure video games, which usually have more violence in them than others. And while many people enjoy the suspense and thrill of playing these violent video games, other people do not care for these video games at all. And they believe that teenagers playing violent video games
could cause said teenager to commit a violent action, and they would like to see these video games banned because of it. And while it is true that people can get slightly more agitated for up to 9 minutes after playing violent video games, the opposite is also true. Just like this article from CNET that states, violent video gameplay helps release stress and aggression before it can lead to violence. This article also states that recent declines in real-world violence can be attributed in part to potentially violent people spending more time looking for thrills in video games instead of on the streets. This article supports the truth that violent video games help reduce violence, and they certainly do not induce a violent reaction from the people who play them. This also supports the fact that whether or not someone commits a violent action depends solely on that person's mental and emotional state, and video games are not to blame for people's violent actions. And video games have never physically harmed anyone, so why should they have the blame of people's violent actions placed on them? But some people are ignoring the evidence and just saying that violent video games should be banned anyway, even though they don't cause violent actions from people. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with video games getting blamed for violent actions that they don't commit? Are you okay with just letting them get banned? Or are you going to set the record straight and tell people the truth about what violent video games do and the benefits they provide?